Hey everyone, I finally took the time to dig properly in Mystic skills to find the best combination. I'm sure that everyone have their own favorites, but for sure we have some in common. I personally tried to make a versatile skill set, so I wouldn't have to change it every time. In total, I use 6 skills, but some of them stays in my hotbar all the time. Obviously, I use one of the Mystic skills preset for fighting, and the second one for exploration, but this video is about the fighting one. Let's go! Starting with Golden Body, which is a very solid buff to use almost everywhere. PvE, solo or multi, PvP, legend difficulty, etc, etc. It's overall a great skill to use almost all the time. Before diving in numbers and details, this is how you get Golden Body. First of all, you need to go in Kaifeng and pretty much follow what I'm doing in the screen. Golden Body is sitting in the monk's pocket and you'll have to steal it because obviously everyone knows that stealing monks is the way to learn in this world. Once you've reached the temple, you want to look for our friend Shigi, who loves to train in the morning. Don't forget to adjust the time if needed. Now that you've officially stole something in a sacred place, let's break down how worse it was. Golden Body is, in my opinion, one of the most versatile mystic skills at the moment. And I really put emphasis on the at the moment because it seems that Golden Body is scaling on physical healing, which means later on it will be the most efficient on healers classes. DPS and tank will probably have better options, but for now it is a great option. It gives you 8 seconds of shield, plus key recovery, plus half of the amount of the shield left at the end of the spell is converted to heal. This sounds pretty nice, right? But on top of that, if you reach a certain threshold of vitality, you can share the shield with your teammates. So you also share the key recovery and also the heal at the end of the spell. The only thing that is really bad about Golden Body is the vitality cost. It is pretty high. And as I don't know much yet about the coming endgame, I cannot predict how useful it will be, but if it doesn't get some love, that will probably be because of its cost. Now, to be honest, I play with parry assist most of the time, so I'm usually using Golden Body when doing world bosses like Wolf Maiden or online. But I can imagine that for the players trying to beat the game in legend difficulty, for example, this is a great nope button. It can save you from a dangerous situation. Now, another very good mystic skill in my opinion is Serene Breeze. Normally, you should have it by now. It's unlocked in your talent tree. And yeah, I said another very good mystic skill, but maybe one of the best. If you've played World of Warcraft or League of Legends, you know that you can get out of a stun with a cleanse spell that cancels every debuff. Usually your cleanse spell also have 3 weeks of cooldown. Well, guess what here? It's only 40 seconds. I mean, around 40 seconds. And it allows you to break your enemy's combo. And on top of that, so I'm taking PvP as an example, the enemy will be briefly stunned, just enough time for you to start your own combo and completely reverse the fight. Serene Breeze hasn't left my hotbar since I got it. As I said before, I think it's one of the best mystic skill in the game because it answers to that one main question. How do I escape a combo? If you're in arena, the guy is like jumping on you, smashing your face on the ground, you press that one exit button and bam, you flip the table, new fight starting. And now you have all the chances to reverse the fight. But on top of that, Serene Breeze reduces the endurance recovery of your enemy by 50%. This is huge. So in arena, usually the best way to counter Serene Breeze is to do it yourself as well. Because if you don't, you're getting combo, your endurance takes forever to come back and it's really hard to reverse the fight because you have 40 seconds of cooldown. Although be careful to use it once your opponent started his combo and not too early. Some skilled player, they will try to bait you into wasting your Serene Breeze by just starting a combo and dodging back. Be careful. So yeah, this is more than your usual cleanse. Serene Breeze, put pressure on your opponent. Do not sleep on it. Use it. It is also useful in PvE. You can break a boss comboing you to death. This works. Yaksha Rush is a bit more than just a dash. It also breaks the defense of your enemy and had a silence for 3 seconds. I won't go in details about how you get it because it would spoil you one of the coolest boss in the game. It's a secret boss. Just Google it if you need to find the skill. Now, this skill is super easy to use in PvE and will always do its job. It's even better if you play Silkbind Jade martial arts, as the Yaksha Rush knocks the enemy in the air, allowing you to stun lock him into a combo. For example, I do play with the Silkbind umbrella, so most of the time my combo is to Yaksha Rush into aerial stun lock to then send my stun with L2 plus square. From then, I have a stun enemy with a break def, which is a great setup for basically everything I can do to aim after a while. In Arena, it's a great engage, and I use it often because of the 2 seconds cooldown, which is ridiculous, and it costs only 15 vitality. Although it is relevant for my build because I am using an umbrella and I want to stun lock just right after, as I told you before. If you're not using Stiffbind Jade, Talon Strike is slightly better than Yaksha Rush, because the animation is less predictable, and Talon Strike does a lot of key damage, which myself don't necessarily need, since I'm usually stun locking combo with Dual Blade just after, until my opponent gets exhausted. So to summarize, Yaksha Rush with some builds, mostly using Umbrella or Fan, Talon Strike for almost every other weapon. Now let's talk about my personal favorite, which is Soaring Spin. This mystic skills is so useful in PvE and fun, with a little skill cap to improve your gameplay feeling. There's 2 ways to use Soaring Spin depending if you're on PvP or PvE. If you're fighting monsters in PvE, then you want to maximize the damage of Soaring Spins by using the full combo, which is 2 hits. It does a lot of damage, and you will reduce incoming healing on the target. Most of the time, if I'm in the open world, I let my Soaring Spin combo till the end and I almost one-shot some enemies with it. But it becomes even better against bosses in like Sword Trial or Hero's Realm. It is so good to avoid the zone attack. Let's say there is this red zone appearing at your feet, no problemo. Use Soaring Spin to reposition yourself behind the boss. This way, you will dodge the attack, you will be able to keep going with your damages because you're just behind the bosses, and you, in my opinion, don't need to wait for the second hit of Soaring Spin. Most of the time, with all the multiplayers buff going around, you will have more DPS with your regular rotation than waiting for the second hit of Soaring Spin. Of course, that depends on your playstyles, weapons, and inner ways. If you're a tank, maybe you would actually do more damage by leaving the second Soaring Spin hit. In PvP, it's the same. I do not use the second hit. I just want to reduce the healing of my target and be in the back to confuse him. Do not underestimate the power of confusion in this kind of game, especially at low elo. Some people have gone full panic after my Soaring Spin. And it's true, it is impressive. Big damage, repositioning, it's a great cocktail for putting pressure. Now it is hard to talk about mystic skills without mentioning the most flashy of them all, Guardian Palm. This skill can be used as a fist combo, but honestly, I don't care much about it and I think most people don't. The real fun with these mystic skills is the nuke attack, which you can deploy from the sky. They call it the lantern attack, very cute. But this move, in my opinion, is worth leveling just because of how fun it is. In solo PvE, it's a must-have because of how cool it is to engage a camp or an outpost by smashing yourself on the ground. Co-op with friends, even better. Surprise your mate by disappearing in the sky before nuking the surroundings. Now, I wouldn't say that this mystic skill is mandatory due to the setup needed. To be honest, I think that in most complicated fights, you won't be able to use it properly. So yeah, the damages are good, but let's say you use it in Arena, everyone with a bit of common sense will dodge the giant golden Buddha flying above them. It is way too obvious of a spell, and that's why I rotate it with better option when I am doing serious content. Think about it also from a DPS perspective. The time that you're spending in the air setting up the attack is time that you're not dealing damages swinging swords. In my opinion, it is not worth it for damage dealing. It is just the most funny skill to use in the open world, man. To get Guardian Palm, you need to complete the quest where 1,000 Buddhas wept in 1,000 Buddha villages. Finally, Dragon's Breath is a zone attack spreading fire on enemies, igniting them with a fire dot, and getting you drunk in case you also want to use Drunken Poet. This combo is strong, and it has been used by a lot of players. I am not an expert of it, so you might want to look at other videos to learn about it, but the sole fact that it requires you to have 2 mystic skills slots used is not hyping me. I saw although some players say that just Dragon's Breath can be enough if you just do the first tick of damage and apply Ignition Dot, but even then there is other mystic skills that I prefer to play. I know for a fact that it is a great mystic skill, but I didn't dive in numbers because I found the attack quite boring and generic. It's another fire dot attack in a video game. I am not excited about it. But yeah, that's it for mystic skills today, everyone. I'll see you around very soon. I'm working on another tips video that will cover some of the most secret tips to improve your experience. So don't forget to subscribe. You can still also join my guild called Corporate. There's like 30 spots left. And I wish you a great day, everyone, and I'll see you next time. Bye bye.